So here's part 6. Implement a new rule, rule 6, so that the score is increased by 1 point if the first character of the password is a digit, 1 point if the last character of the password is a digit, and 2 extra points if both the first and the last character of the password are digits. So when the program is run, the output may look as follows. So this particular question refers mainly to string slicing, and if we can just blow that up there a little bit. So you can see here in this one at the top we've got some string slicing at the top. So for example, the name of the string, and use square brackets and whatever index of whatever character you want to retrieve. So this particular example here, the string name, square brackets I, retrieves the character at position I, string -1. So again, the string square brackets -1 retrieves the last character of the string. And if you're using this particular idea here, retrieves the characters in range I to J. Remember, you start at I and go up to, but don't include J. And the same thing also applies to lists over there. Have a look at that in your own time. But quite specifically for us, so we want to grab the first character of the password, the last character of the password, and after that then we do also do another comparison. So if I jump across to Methani here, I just have a little background thing prepared here. So you can see in this, we're going to get a password from the user, we're going to print the password, we're going to print the first character of the password, we're going to print the second character of the password. Remember, computers start counting at 0, and we're going to print the last character. So if I get here, enter password, so I'm going to say City win the league again. Alright, great password there, lovely. So as you can see, I printed out the password, City win the league again. And then I printed out the first character, which was capital C, printed out the second character, which was small I, and I printed out the last character, which is exclamation mark. And let's just have one more go with that. Let's control now to clear my shell. Let's run it again, and let's say something like more familiar, 3 sunshine, or something like that. So again, you can see the full password being printed out. But you can see now I've printed out the first character using string slicing. I've printed out the last character using string slicing. And I've printed out the, printed out the second character using string slicing. And I printed out the last character using string slicing. So you can see that whatever you put in here returns whatever is in that position in the string. And that's what you get returned out. Okay, so with that, what we're going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to, so just to have a look at my output first of all again. Right, so that's all pretty normal. Good. So before we print out the score at the end and the password, right, so this is going to be rule 6. So for rule 6 here, the first thing I want to do is I want to grab the first character, and I'm going to call it first char, and I'm going to shove password index 0 in there, and I'm going to shove the last character, password, again square brackets -1. And now with that, here's my rule. So if the first char, which of course I could have said if password 0 is equal to, if first char is in digits, increase the score by 1. Okay, so that, just put a little comment there. If first character is a digit, increase score by 1. I'm going to copy this now down here and do the same for the last character. Of course I know that it's all the same here. So I'm speeding it up a bit. If last chair is in digits, increase the score by 1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if the first and the last character are digits, increase the score by 2. So here now we need an AND statement. So in this one we're going to have if first share in digits. So if we get true, return there. So that condition. And this condition here is going to be if the last share in digits. Well, if that's the case, increase the score by 2. And that should be pretty much it. So let's do a couple of tests here now. Make sure you save. Look at how traditionally I'm so used to pressing Control and S that by the time I've done that, this will be grayed out. But you either press that button or Control and S, whatever you want. So let's run it and let's put in our test output, our input, which is 3 sunshine 7. 3 sunshine 7 there. So I'm just going to stop that for a second, clear the shell. Now have a go at it. So 3 sunshine 7. And we get a score of 22, and that's looking mighty exactly what we want there. Just to note there, you didn't have to do that where you stored them in variables. You could have, quite simply, you could have commented these out and you could have done this. So a lot of people might like this way. I just thought it was nice and neat using that. You could have gone if password 0, and again, that's the whole thing of space, versus kind of character name, and using, obviously if I use variables, I'm going to need more storage, efficiency, but look, it reads better in that, and you wouldn't be penalised in the exam, or at least you shouldn't be, and you could go if password, of course, -1. So that really is up to you, personal preference, what you use. I'm going to stick with first chair and last chair.